Going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. You know, a long time ago, demons that stalk other people would hide in the shadows. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they're in plain sight, and they don't even hide what they do anymore. You see this guy up here? This piece of crap right here is Andrew Logan Williams, 52 years old, from East Point, Michigan. Shout out East Point. And on the 22nd of this month, right, which is 5 days ago, September, this guy, between the hours of 10:30 and 11 a.m., took a girl off the street, a 12-year-old child, into his home. And we'll get to that in a second, where he assaulted her, if you know what I mean. And then she was released, and she ran back and told her family. And then what did he do? He jumped up and he booked to New York, some 300 miles away, where he was caught. I'm going to show you this series of videos, and each one is worse than the next. But the last video I show you, I want you to pay attention really close to what you hear. The neighbor tells a lot about this man and the reason why they think there's more victims. And this guy right here is in a whole heap of trouble, especially with his criminal past. They need to do something about this type of stuff, because putting people on these registries and as offenders, it ain't working no more. And I told you, jail does not fix perverse, horny, sick. It don't fix it. It only increases the appetite and has these type of criminals, these predators, change their MO when they get out, to no avail, getting caught again. Here's the story.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
We have breaking news out of East Point. A registered sex offender is accused of snatching and assaulting a 12-year-old girl. Police now say evidence suggests that there may be other victims. The suspect was captured near Buffalo after fleeing from Michigan. He's now locked up in New York, about 255 miles away, awaiting extradition. Today, detectives say that they are looking for more local victims. Less than an hour ago, our Lauren Kostick just spoke with the lead detectives on this case and joins us now with more on what you've learned, Lauren.
Yeah, Rhonda, this is just a very disturbing and horrific case, and police tell us this alleged sexual assault happened here in this neighborhood just down the road from the police department. And we have a map to show you right now. Take a look. We are talking about the 14,000 block of Crescentwood Avenue near Gratiot and 9 Mile. And police tell us the convicted sex offender kidnapped and sexually assaulted a 12-year-old girl while she was walking in this neighborhood. And this all happened around 10 a.m. on Monday. Thankfully, police tell us she got away and told a neighbor about what happened, who then reported it quickly to police. A search warrant was then conducted at the home here, but the 52-year-old suspect was already gone. That's when East Point police, they then worked with the U.S. Marshals, ultimately arresting the suspect just south of Buffalo in New York. Take a listen.
It is extremely disturbing. I mean, the fact that, you know, we have a young girl that's walking on the sidewalk and gets approached and then goes through the traumatic experience that she had to go through. Thankfully, you know, she was able to leave the house and get to a family member so that she could contact us. There was evidence recovered that I won't get into specifics, but there was other items recovered that could lead into further investigation into the potential of more victims.
And like you heard there, police believe there could be more victims based on evidence found inside the home in this neighborhood. We also want to be clear that we are aware of who this suspect is. Police, they're aware, they have mentioned, but we are holding off on naming this suspect until they are extradited back here to Michigan and formally arraigned. We also want to share, based on everything that has happened, there is a search tool available to search for sex offenders in your neighborhood. We have the QR code right now on our screen. You can scan it. It'll take you to our website at clickondetroit.com. Live in East Point, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
Now to a developing story out of Michigan with ties to our region. New York State police say They've arrested a man accused of sexually assaulting a 12-year-old girl in Michigan before fleeing to Western New York. Police in East Point, that's just outside of Detroit, say 52-year-old Andrew Logan Williams assaulted the girl at his home and then drove nearly 300 miles to Western New York. New York State Police records obtained by 2 on Your Side show he was arrested in Cheektowaga on Tuesday. Williams, a registered sex offender, now faces charges in Michigan, including criminal sexual conduct, kidnapping, and child abuse. Police also say they've recovered items from his home that could lead to additional investigations, raising the possibility of more victims. The 12-year-old girl spoke off camera about her experience.
I ran out the front door and I reported to her, and then she told my mom, and I went to the police station as soon as possible. It's like I didn't want him to get any other kids.
Thankfully, she was able to leave the house and get to a family member so that she could contact us.
Williams is being held in the Erie County Holding Center awaiting extradition back to Michigan.
All right, we turn now to our other top story, and it's honestly difficult to hear. It's going to be concerning for parents because police believe there could be more victims out there.
Police in East Point telling us a little girl only 12 years old was pulled into a home and sexually assaulted by a registered sex offender in her own neighborhood.
He let her go, and she immediately ran for help. Investigators were able to track the suspect down and take him into custody in New York. 7 News Detroit reporter Randy Wimbley talking with the victim about her bravery in coming forward, as well as neighbors and police who say this investigation is not over.
The suspect was taken into custody in New York a day after police say he raped a 12-year-old girl inside this house. Authorities are said to have found evidence inside that could point to more victims.
I think it's a damn shame that this is happening, and it's happening a little bit too much.
People living in East Point are stunned. Police say their 12-year-old neighbor was walking along the 14,000 block of Crescentwood Monday morning when the 52-year-old suspect allegedly kidnapped and raped her.
It wasn't fair to her at all. She is a bright young girl who has a great head on her shoulders, and now she has this drama to live with because of him.
Ashley Kolakowski says the girl told her what happened after the suspect let her go. Ashley alerted the girl's mother, who then informed police. Officers conducted a search warrant at the home and believe there could be other victims.
I won't get into specifics, but there was other items recovered that could lead into further investigation into the potential of more victims.
They had found younger kids' undergarments all the way up to teenagers. It was not a pretty sight watching them raid the house. It was heartbreaking.
The suspect fled the area after the assault. Police believe he may have been tipped off. East Point PD, with the help of Detroit and New York State Police, tracked him to an area about a half hour south of Buffalo, New York, where U.S. Marshals took him into custody on Tuesday. He is now charged with several crimes out of Macomb County, including 2 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct and kidnapping.
But up on the balcony, he'd constantly watch the kids play. He would just sit up there creepily watching the kids. He kept every movement they did, he followed.
7 News Detroit has learned that he is on the state sex offender registry, convicted of immoral and indecent acts in Wyoming back in 1997.
How creepy he was, how uncomfortable he made kids feel on his block. People noticed him taking videos of us.
We spoke with the victim with her parents' permission. She's relieved her accused attacker is off the street and proud that she was brave enough to speak up.
I'm glad I stopped them, or else other people would have got the same thing done to them.
And the suspect is awaiting extradition. Once the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office wraps up that process, he'll be brought back here to East Point, where he will face those charges. I'm Randy Wimbley, 7 News Detroit.
Did you catch it? That was a little black girl he raped. You listen to her voice? This guy raped a little black girl. Pulled her in the house. Did what he did to her. Let her go. She went and told on his ass. See how they described this guy? He listened to the neighbor. Said he was creepy. He watched the kids intensively. Every time they would move, he would move to another part of the house and be peeking at them. She said she seen that. My thing is this, why you didn't say nothing? You know what I mean? I understand when you see a neighbor doing weird shit, you don't want to say nothing to cause no problems, but damn, that right there is reason for alarm. Said he was already a registered sex offender. They said when they went in his house and they said they got evidence thinking there was more victims, this guy had panties of little girls from 8 years old all the way up until their teens. What you think about that? Where the fuck he get them from? Let's get them off somebody. There's some weirdos out here, and jail won't fix this shit. And a lot of times, these people were hidden, but now they out in the open, and they don't even give a damn. Why? Because the government and the state give them a slap on the wrist. This guy's a serial offender, and he's out on the street. How many chances you gonna give these type of people until something really bad happens, which it usually does? Because I'm gonna tell you something. This guy right here has a sexual appetite for children that shouldn't even be exposed to that type of stuff. We just did the story and been covering the story of Naziah Harris out there in Detroit, Michigan. Shout out Detroit. And how nasty Jarvis Butts was, the guy that's currently awaiting trial for her disappearance. But there are other people out here that never get caught and that are way worse from a moral, ethical standpoint. This guy went to jail multiple times for doing the same thing, and it didn't stop him. What does that tell you? Jail is not for this type of crime. It's not. There are a lot of crimes out here, a lot of them against children, that are unspeakable. Unspeakable. But for some odd reason, lawmakers don't have to categorize the intensity of how bad somebody's hurt on a physical level, but it never takes into account the psychological trauma that's endured by somebody from an adult that they don't know a lot of times, and sometimes they do, which makes it worse. This shit should never be accepted in any society. Any society. I'm more than sure if you changed the laws and said, hey, we're putting people down that do this type of stuff, I don't think you would see any backlash. I don't think you would see any Antifa jumping up or anything, or any organization that they deem a terrorist organization, when these people would be taken into custody at these processing plants that I would set up and eviscerate them immediately. It wouldn't be no protests outside of that. Because who gonna sit up there and put their face on the forefront and say, don't kill people that kill children and touch them in inappropriate, savage ways? This shit is stupid. He messed with a girl, and then he ran his ass to New York to set up shop again, only to get caught. Now that they got him and they know it's him, put him down like the animal that he is, just like everybody else that does this type of shit. We don't have to parade them around the courtroom. We could tell their story about what they did, and that'll be it. Show them the bottom of the fucking ocean. See, a lot of people out here may not understand this, but I wanted to say this in my live stream yesterday. When you have boys, I had all boys first with my children. They're all grown now. Now I got a little girl. When you have a little girl, as a man, as a caring father, it changes your perspective a lot of times on just crimes against females, period. I see the femininity in my little girl, even when she was born. You know what I'm saying? You see little traits in her that let you know that this is a little girl. And I wanted to protect that. And, you know, her journey in life under my care and her mother's care, we try our best to make sure that a lot of adult distraction and stuff she's not exposed to. And I want her to be a kid for as long as she can. And, you know, I'm going to put her in a position where she can grow in her journey through life to make her a better person, have better children, and be a better parent than I was. That's all we can ask for. That's our duty as adults, to protect our children. But sometimes you got people like this that come out of nowhere and try to put their hand in between the rhythm, the biorhythm of you building a good person to put out there in society, that'll be a good wife, a good mother, etc., etc. And they don't want to see that. They want this for their own sick agenda. And they cause a ripple in the life of somebody that you're trying to keep even keel on their journey of self-discovery. This is the type. This crime, you got to go beyond the physical, the jaw-dropping, gasping of the physical assault of what happened, and really pay attention to the mental anguish that a lot of people go through. That little girl sounded like she was okay, But what she's seen and felt, she can't unsee and feel. It's problems out here, and they need to address it. That shit right there goes against all aspects of universal law. And he need to be taken out of here because he broke a serious commandment, and he put a warp in the universe with fucking what he did. And it's not by accident, it's willful error. So therefore, he should be dealt with. Him and everybody else that do stuff like this to kids. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Fuck this dude. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.